I'm Shelley and I am 41 and I live in Peterhead. I work for Aberdeen City Council and I'm married to Andy and I have a little boy called Alfie who is 7. I was 35 when I found a lump in the shower. Instantly knew what it was, made an appointment, got my referral through. It was a good few weeks before I actually got my appointment to go to the hospital. But I know, of course, the inevitable happened, and at the age of 35 I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so started lots of tests, 2 months worth of tests before I could get any treatment. 6 rounds of chemotherapy, then a lumpectomy, and then 19 sessions of radiotherapy. And then that was me, clear. I was really lucky that Alfie was so little that he didn't know what was going on. He was just 1 when I was diagnosed. It didn't faze him when he got popped onto Grandma and Granda's on the way up to the hospital. And it didn't bother him when I was bald. The only thing that he tried to do when I had my headscarf on, going round the shopping centre, was he used to love to take it off and slap my head. Much to the enjoyment of most of the customers in the shop. It was tiring having a 1-year-old. It's tiring having a 1-year-old at any time. I had a lot of support from my family and my friends around me. My friend Lorraine, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here on this catwalk. It was her that put me forward through it. My husband, of course, who just did all the childcare for the best part of 7 months and put up with the many horrible side effects. And my mum and dad, who trailed me about up and down the hospital every time they needed, and took Alfie at a moment's notice whenever I had to go in, who came and cooked and cleaned for me when Andy was away if I couldn't do it, and my brother and sister-in-law who came and took Alfie away for little play dates. I had a lot of support and I couldn't have done it without more than just those people mentioned, but certainly those people wouldn't have been possible. When I went for my first chemo, I was absolutely terrified. And when I walked through, there was just this little smiling face in a red t-shirt, and that was a Friends of Anchor lady. Now, I don't know who it was, don't know her name, but she was lovely and she put me totally at ease. I was offered hand massages, foot massages, my nails painted. I got my little kit with the sickness bands, and that they're just amazing. They really are. You never see them with anything but a smile on their face, and nothing is ever too much problems. If you want 16 ice lollies when you're getting a session of chemo, you can have 16 ice lollies. If you want a cup of tea or you want to be left alone, it's not a problem for them. Just amazing to have that homely feel as well when you're in such a horrible clinical environment. Just makes a huge difference. Friends of Anchor mean a lot to me. They're a very special charity. Facing a cancer diagnosis is one of the toughest things that people will ever go through, and their families will go through. Knowing that Friends of Anchor are there, even just with little things, makes such a huge difference. And I've been really pleased to be able to support them by doing silly things like walking 26 miles frequently for kilt walks to support them. Every penny does make a difference, and it's local people that you're helping. It's not faceless people somewhere else that you're never going to meet. It's your neighbours, it's your relatives, it's people that you work with. Sadly, at some point, most people will know somebody that has to use the services from Friends of Anchor, and it really does mean a lot to me that we can give back to them. Since my diagnosis and all my treatment, I know it's a cliche, but you really do learn that you only live once and make the best of every day. Sadly, we all know people who are no longer here and aren't able to do that, but every day is a day for living. Even on your worst day, get out there and do something that makes you smile and makes you happy. To anybody who is facing a diagnosis, my advice would be 1 step at a time. Take every step as it comes and use the support of people around you.